Shut up and sit down.
Kevin Gootee, everybody. What's up, fuckers?
Welcome to Sarge Approved. It's me, Sarge, and I'm here with Frenzy. How's it going, Frenzy?
Super good. How are you?
Awesome, as always. We have a guest tonight.
We do.
It's comedian Kevin Gottee. How's it going, Kevin?
Hey, Kevin.
Hey-o. What's good, kiddies?
Heyo.
Just hanging out.
Yeah, we're chilling. Thanks for chilling with us tonight.
We're all just chilling. That's the way to go.
Let's stop real quick so that we can hear a word from our sponsor.
Shut up.
Hey, this is Frenzy here to talk to you about National Survival Center. This is the place where you can purchase all of your outdoor camping gear and supplies, survival kits, disaster preparedness supplies, bug out bags, and even survival food. All with some of the lowest prices on the internet and free shipping on almost everything. You can depend on National Survival Center to provide you with the highest quality gear paired with superior customer service. And when you purchase your gear from National Survival Center, you're not only getting a great product, but you're receiving products that have all been hand tested to ensure that they'll be reliable, durable, and that they'll function properly. So whether you need some gear for a family camping adventure, or maybe you want to stock up for the zombie apocalypse, National Survival Center can provide you with the quality products you're looking for. You can find them at www.nationalsurvivalcenter.com or www.survivedon'tsuffer.com. Either way, don't suffer. Make sure you survive.
Welcome back. All right, Frenzy, Kevin.
Yes.
Yo.
Where are you coming to us from tonight, Kevin?
I'm calling from scenic Secaucus, New Jersey, which is a stone's throw across the river to scenic Manhattan, New York.
Oh, nice.
So you're a stand-up comedian.
I am indeed.
You are a podcaster. You have the SportsBook BoxOffice podcast, right?
Yep.
And I've been listening to that podcast on Spreaker.
Oh, you're the one.
That's me.
I listened to it too.
Yeah?
Uh-huh.
Oh, what are your thoughts? What do you think about our podcast? And please, blatant honesty would be the way I prefer.
I have something. Just a general.
Please.
I listened to the latest episode.
The Super Bowl
and you had a guest on, and she didn't have a microphone.
It was the producer.
Oh, the producer.
That is our producer.
Was talking, and she was like she was super far off, like in the distance. Like,
would
it was hard to hear.
Would you believe she was right on the mic? We have some tech. Yeah.
Oh.
And I don't know if you guys really heard, but I think we sounded a lot like we were speaking through synthesizers when you hear the finished product. And my co-host Jeff Paul and I were like, I'm like, dude, because I was uploading it last night. We did it, like I said yesterday. I'm like, it sounds like we're fucking Transformers, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, electronic-y kind of.
A little bit.
Just a tinge. We got to talk to the good folks over at the Broadway Comedy Network, mainly Anne Marie, and find out what the fuck is going on. So.
Yeah, what the fuck? Well, but the funny thing though is that pretty much every episode we have some sort of technical difficulty, whether it's sound or someone can't hear, sounds bad or whatever. So it's like every single time.
I think it's been audio 100% of the time.
Absolutely, yeah. So it's just, and it's usually like shit that like has never ever happened before, and you're not doing anything different, and you're just like, what? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, that's what's annoying is it's just something different every single time. So you got a whole new thing you got to try to fucking figure out. Like,
right.
But back to the podcast. You're a podcaster,
yes.
And you have a TV show, Comics Watching Comics, which I thoroughly enjoy.
Welcome to Comics Watching Comics, a show where three comedians and myself gather at my house to watch the sets of intermediate comics trying to break through to that next level. We critique, offer praise, advise, and even shit on a few comics if they so deserve. The comic we vote the winner will win a premiere spot at a top club in New York City. The home audience can play along too. They can vote via Twitter to vote on a panelist to return the following week.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much. That's my baby. Kind of like
I can tell.
You two crazy kids with your Minnesota accents. It's your baby.
Do you pick up on that already?
Dude, I had that in 15 seconds. Oh, don't you know? Yeah, it's very endearing.
Every time.
It's an easy one, but that's all right. It's better than some like South Jersey, white trashy accent. It's a lot better than that.
Talking about.
I like that accent.
No,
too.
What, South Jersey? Like, no. See, here's the thing. I'm from Central Jersey. I'm from Princeton. Okay. So you would never believe how different Jersey is. Like top, you got all like the New Yorkers and all that, or the trans. But then Central Jersey is really like kind of neutral. Like there are a few words I'll say that are kind of North Jersey-ish, and then South has a god awful nails on a chalkboard Philadelphia accent, which really just harps on your last nerve, and it's just it gives you the douche chills. It's the worst. So
what's that one sound like?
So there are a few key words here to listen for. Home instead of home. Phone, water, one. Like that's how they talk.
Really?
Yeah, water. Oh, it's disgusting. Water, phone, water. Like if you were to pronounce it, it would be like it would be W.
I just snorted.
Oh yeah, it's better than sharding. It is better. Yeah. If you were to spell it, it'd be Wudder.
Yeah.
Water, like that.
Well, there's some old folks from far north Minnesota that when they say wash, like they're gonna wash their car, they pronounce it, I'm gonna wash my car.
Funny you say that. I actually was born in Indiana. My parents had the good common sense to get the fuck out when I was 3 years old. And they're from southern Indiana, and they say, like, instead of Washington D.C., it's Washington D.C. Like that's that's how I get my dad every time. Like, you've been here 37 years, yet you still say wash. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
That sounds like he's doing that on purpose. Like he's just fucking with
everybody.
No.
He's not fucking. He is not fucking with me. That is exactly how he says that. And my mom busts his balls about it too. It's funny.
That is funny,
man. But that show, Comics Watching Comics, I can tell that that's your baby. I can tell that there's been some care put into that. It's really well done.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that, and I would say so from all the money I've fucking sunk into this thing. It has been a costly endeavor, but it is also a labor of love. And will be the reason I hopefully get the fuck out of corporate America. How about that?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. When it's something that you can call your baby like that, it's, all that work you put in doesn't really feel like work.
No, it does. In fact, I was just editing episode 4, which should be coming out hopefully within a month or so, right before you guys gave me a ringy-ding-ding. Mm-hmm. Everyone at home is probably like, what the fuck is this about? So let me just give you
let's talk about it.
Yeah, sure. So the show, Comics Watching Comics, what it is, I decided to say, you know what, intermediate comics in New York, like, it is a motherfucker out here to get anything going, because I'm not even joking, like probably 3,000 to 5,000 comedians in New York City alone.
Oh yeah.
So
crazy.
So I mean, there's like
they're like
7,
rap kind of.
You're not even kidding. That's a perfect analogy.
That's mean. How rude.
But
not that they're all rap. I'm just saying.
I know
there's
what
a
you
lot
meant.
of them.
I know what you meant.
Yeah. So there's only about 6-7 clubs in the city. You've got a shitload of bar shows, which are all fine and well, but I just wanted to create another avenue for these, intermediate comics to get some, exposure. Hence the show. So
that's
what
awesome.
we do, thanks. So what I did was I sat there and taped 50 intermediate comics at a comedy club on a Saturday afternoon, and then twice, and then I break up into 2 episodes of 25. Actually, I've done it for 4 episodes. So 4 episodes of 25 comics. I break that down in these little webisodes, which you've seen. And then what we do is I tape them, and then I bring 3 or 4 more experienced comics back to my place, and we watch their footage. And we critique it, we offer praise, we give them advice, or if they're just god fucking damn awful, we shit on them. And the idea is not to shit on everybody, of course, but the idea is really just to move
Be
forward
honest.
with intermediate comics, right?
Yeah.
But again, some people are they need to hear that, you know what, this is not for you and you're wasting your time. And, and then again, like I said, people really need to hear, like, hey, this guy or this girl is awesome, and they need to be doing more than what they're doing because they're that good.
Right. So how do you find the first initial group? How does that work?
A lot of them were people I'm friends with, or they kind of heard my idea just talking about it, and like, that's really fucking cool, I want to be part of it. But then I also put a casting notice out, and then probably had, I don't know, over 200 people for episode 3 and 4 submit. So that's how that happens. Oh, and one other thing too with the show, the difference between like my show and like a Last Comic Standing is, we pick a winner at the end of the episode. But here's the thing: we also have the home audience play along by. They're going to vote via Twitter, and they're going to pick their favorite panelists they want to see come back to the following episode. So that way the social media shit is also intact there, too.
Yeah.
So in the end, you're going to see, like, me, 2 other people, our master panelist, Jeff Gurian, who will be in episode 4, and then you're going to see a returning panelist from the last one. So that's how that's going to work.
Yeah.
Cool. Like
Thanks. Cool.
You do it all from the, is it the New York Comedy Club?
Yes, sir.
Right. They just have a working deal with you to do the show at their club?
I pay them $250 to rent out the club for the afternoon, so that's the deal.
Gotcha.
Nice.
That's
perfect.
I thought originally that it was just like open mic night or something.
No, I actually I just shot my teaser reel on at a mic just to get the public going with it, and so I could have something to show people, and then I use that to really start. Hey, this is what I'm going to do, and if you want to be part of it, this is what the show's going to look like. If you're going to be part of it, then come to the first taping. So I did do an open mic, but it was it's much better when it's at a club and everything's wired up for sound and everything the way you see it is now.
Yeah, it's funny because there's usually at least 4 of you sitting on the couches watching these videos. And are you actually watching the videos right there?
Yeah, absolutely.
And for the first time?
Yeah. Well, it's not my first time because I'm at the taping. I'm hosting it, so I've seen everyone.
But
already.
Everybody else?
Yeah, it's all the first times.
Yeah, it's funny because you're definitely every single comic, whether they're good or they just completely bomb. You guys offer encouragement and different little advice and things that you think they could have done differently, but you definitely also get to shit on them on each and every one, at least a little bit.
Yeah, listen, you're not ball busting as a comic. It's natural, and if you can't handle a little ball busting like some comics haven't been really cool with that, then you're in the wrong fucking business. That's for sure.
Right.
And what I'm doing here with this show is I'm really pulling back the curtain on comedy and how comics watch other comics and how we judge from a different way than just the general public saying, "Oh, that guy was funny." Well, we'll watch and we'll be able to, kind of like Madden and in Summerall back in the day. Or actually, I guess Gruden now for a football analogy. Gruden pulling back and doing the X's and O's. Drawing up the plays, like that's what we're doing here with this show.
What happened to Madden? Where'd he go?
He went on his bus and just continued to eat nonstop.
He's still alive, right?
Barely.
Maybe somebody should check on him. I haven't heard from him in a while. I'm getting worried.
Yeah,
kind of miss him.
Are you really that worried about John Madden? As long as the games keep coming out for PlayStation, you can give 2 shits. I bet.
That's true. That's true.
I guarantee you, it hasn't had anything to do with like the last 3 games that have come out. He's just signed off on it.
No, listen, he didn't have probably ending for the first first 4 he might have, and then after that it was just they're called mailbox checks. Just go to the mailbox, pick up your check, and be done.
Right.
Yeah, he gets a big fat check for the end of till the last day of his life. Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, he's made an absolute fuckload off of that game.
So let's talk football for just like 2 minutes, or
sure.
1 minute and 30 seconds. So who's your team?
I'm a New York Football Giants fan.
All right.
All right. Just like, all right. Why? Do you want me to say a Vikings fan over there, Frenzy, or what?
Yep.
You know?
No, I have higher standards than that. I'm sorry, I can't do that.
Horrible.
Yeah, what a crazy game it was, this one, huh? Holy shit.
Wow.
Who would have thought that?
Super crazy.
It was insane.
I felt emotionally drained afterwards. I was like, I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
Mentally from watching that.
Did you have money on it? Is that why?
No, I just like football.
It was that fucking exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. So as Viking fans, who were you pulling for? I can't imagine you were rooting for the Patriots.
I was.
You're
too.
shitting me.
Yeah.
How are you rooting for the Patriots? That's
What?
ridiculous.
Why not?
There's nothing sexy about the Falcons.
I'll tell you why not. Here's why. I'll tell you why. Because you don't deal with the massholes. If you don't know what a masshole is, that's anyone from Massachusetts who's an asshole.
Yeah.
And the Patriot fans are fucking the Patriot fans.
They're
are Red
mean.
Sox
Are
fans.
they mean?
They're
like
white
worse than
trash.
Packer
They're
fans?
hard.
Packers?
See, here's the thing. Packer fans, we don't give a shit about them here. Like, they don't bother us at all. Because, look, there's no rivalry. Like, we have the Jets, the Giants, the dirtbag Eagles, and there's some Patriot fans around here. But so then when someone says, like, look, okay, so here you go. My buddy's a season ticket holder. I go to pretty much every Giant game, all but one Giant game a year, right? There are three teams where the Giant fans are very quiet. Like, I can hear a cell phone conversation 3 sections away. But if the Eagles are in town, the Patriots are in town, or the Cowgirls are in town, that's when shit hits the fan.
Cowgirl.
Yeah. So it's like so if the Vikings come to town, you guys don't have a fucking thing to worry about unless you talk shit. Then you got a problem. But I mean, if you cheer for your team, no problem. But if you act like an asshole, then you'll hear about it. But Patriot fans are shit because we hate Boston. That's why we hate them. Kind of like, I guess obviously you and the Packers are.
I was rooting for the Patriots because I wanted to see, somebody get 5 Super Bowls. And I've never seen anybody do that before, and I thought it'd be cool to see it be done, and especially the way they did it. Holy shit!
Yeah, first ever overtime in a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I tell you what. Why don't you go to Boston and tell everyone that you're a Vikings fan, and then when you come back, you go, he was right. They're fucking asshole douche novels. So I'll never root for the Patriots again.
If we go there and we do that, I'm calling you while it's happening and being like, you were right.
Then you can bring me your last will and testament as an HOI.
Right.
I'm hoping that the Vikings figure shit out next season because the Super Bowl is in Minneapolis.
Oh, I know.
It's in Minnesota next year, and there's never been a team that's played in their home stadium in the Super Bowl.
And that stadium is so beautiful too.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
You got in?
I've been on the 50-yard line. I ate lunch there.
Yeah.
Look at you, humble bragger.
She caught a pass in the end zone. So
is that some? Listen, I know a lot of metaphors for anal sex. It's the first time I've heard that one.
Yeah, no,
it's a Minnesota thing.
I was there for an event, and we got to basically eat lunch on the field and be out on the field and have a tour and whatever. But I brought a football, and I had my coworker spike it to me, and like in the end zone. So I took a video, and then I was like, whatever. It was awesome. It was super cool.
You do have a sports podcast.
Yes, we do.
It's relevant. How often are you putting out episodes for that podcast?
2 a month. Trying to see if we can maybe get advertisers. Maybe who knows? Maybe do more. We'll see. But it's only Jesus Christ, 8 months old. We actually our first guest was Lenny Dykstra. That was a really big get. Right, that's right when his book came out too. We actually got him before we got him before Stern did, and we couldn't air the interview until he was on Stern. I don't know if you guys are big Stern fans. I'm a huge Stern fan, but it was really now Lenny Dykstra's reborn because he was on Stern and just flirting with Robin all the time. It's pretty funny. But yeah, no, we had Dykstra on. It was pretty fucking cool as our first guest.
Nice.
Yeah.
He played for the Mets, and then who else?
Phillies.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's a beast. He's a beast-looking person, but he's kind of short. He's only 5'10".
Yeah, no, he's not 5'10". I'm 6'2". I stood next to my tower over him. Believe it.
Then Wikipedia is lying.
They are lying. He's 5'8". Believe me when I tell you that. He's not 5'10". He's 5'10". He wears fucking platform heels. All right, how about that?
Maybe he does, man.
It's like Prince used to be. Prince used to wear the platform shoes.
Well, he needs to. He's 5'3", whatever. Him and Kirby Puckett are only two black people in Minnesota. Am I right or no?
Well, I think we got a couple on the Timberwolves now.
Anyway, so yeah, podcast is going great, but it's been fun. So yeah, we just go on there, we talk shit, get some guests, maybe some notoriety, I don't know, and then we get some comics in there who actually do know sports, and we talk about it, talk about gambling. As you can probably have ascertained from my post, I like to make a wager here and there, and we talk about films. So we're big film fans too. So we like to talk about films.
How's the gambling been? How's that turned out so far?
Yeah, profitable this year. I only bet the NFL, unless my brother, who knows UFC pretty well, he'll tell me, yeah, go take this guy. I've got a feeling about this, and the money line is right. But NFL, I know very, very well.
Right.
Baseball, I know very well too, but you can't bet it. It's you have to bet underdogs. You're not going to make any money really unless you just bet one team every game. To finish over 500, that's the only way you're going to really make some money. But yeah, it's baseball is just weird to bet on. So just football. So it's a good
Do you play fantasy football?
Of course I do, Melissa. I love fantasy football. I'm in 3 leagues, if you believe that.
Awesome.
Right. I knew that you were going to be a multi-leaguer.
You're a fantasy football slut.
Yeah.
You're right. I throw it around like an 18-year-old fresh off the bus in L.A.
I'm a one-league man. I don't believe in doing more than one league. I am dedicated to that one league. I created the league, and I will not join any other leagues. It's too much work.
Wow.
It's too much work.
I run a league too. I appreciate that, but I don't know. I need to have multiple.
Don't you hate when
kind of like dating?
But don't you hate when you have like 2 players that are competing against each other in different leagues? Like you're rooting for one, and you have to root for another one at the same time. But it ends up getting all fucked up when you have too many leagues.
It'd be so confusing.
The answer is simple. You want them to do well, but not that well. So it's like, all right, get like 80 and a touchdown, but don't go for like 2 fucking 40 and 3 touchdowns. Because 9 times out of 10, when that happens, you'll be blowing them out already, and then that guy adds in the 240 touchdown, but then you're playing another guy and you get blown out because of that. It's like you don't need that. It's whatever. That's fantasy football and live and die by the sword.
Yeah. We are talking
like first 6 starting guys.
We are talking way too much about fantasy football. All our listeners are going to be like, "What the fuck?"
Okay, sorry.
There's probably a lot of them.
I just missed football
already.
You're right. I know. Yeah, listen, it's either that or soccer, and I'd rather watch gay porn than soccer. Thank you.
Oh, no.
So, back to this comics watching comics.
Yes.
I want to hear more about this. You've got how many different panelists? You call them panelists, the fellow comics, the couch comics.
Yes.
How many of them have you had on total so far?
Let's see. Me, I'm not counting myself. 3, 6, 9, and then 13 because we're adding a master panelist in episode 4. He'll be on every episode from here on out.
Oh,
so.
Nice, like your sidekick.
Yeah. No, actually, his name is Jeffrey. His name is Jeffrey Gurian. This guy knows. If you look him up, you go, oh my god! Like you don't know who he is now. He's written for so many top comics: Rodney Dangerfield, Joan Rivers, Andrew Dice Clay. He's written for so many fucking comedians.
Wow.
He's actually a comic himself. But yeah.
So he knows funny.
Yes, he does, and he's going to be a part of it, like I said, in every
nice
upcoming episode. So it's going to be great. Jeffrey's a great guy. He's funny, and he's got a lot to offer, and you'll see that. He's got a lot of wit and wisdom in episode 4.
You ever fuck with him, though, and just call him your sidekick?
No.
No.
Come on, he's a comic. He can take it. He can take it. He's a comic.
No, you're right, but he knows guys like Ray Romano. If I want to get Ray Romano to notice my show, I'm not going to fuck with the goose that lays the golden egg. How about that?
Well, how many episodes do you plan on doing? Are you going to do like a seasonal kind of thing? Do individual seasons and just keep going with it?
Yeah, good question. The answer is I've been financing this fucking thing in my own pocket for forever. So I'm going to do, and actually I'm in talks right now to get the next shoot lined up, and I'm going to shoot really 2 more episodes, which is really 1 taping. And then I've got enough in the bank where, I've been shopping it now to networks and web content places. I've got enough now in the bank where it's like, look, this is the ideal show because it's done. It's not like a concept where you have to shoot a pilot to see what else. This thing is done. It's like, dinner's ready. Come on, sit down. So this is the last taping I'm going to do out of my own pocket. So the next time you see another taping besides mine will be on somebody else's dime. Cocktail time? All right.
Oh yeah, that's a staple of this show. Is you hear the occasional clinking of ice.
The clink clank.
What do you guys have over there? What's your cocktail of choice?
I've got a little whiskey right now. Is it whiskey?
I think so.
I think that's what it is.
It's like I think it's like a Japanese whiskey. Maybe.
It's not bad.
And you, Melissa, what's your cocktail of choice?
I'm a vodka soda / Sunkist diet lemonade girl.
Are you shitting me? That's exactly what I have.
What?
Yes, kettle and soda or kettle and diet Sunkist. My buddy turned me on to that diet Sunkist bar. That's rare.
Shut up.
When I go to the bar, it's kettle and soda, so that way I can maintain my girlish figure, So
right?
Is whiskey
but if
fattening?
you're at home, you have diet Sunkist lemonade.
Am I gonna get fat off this whiskey?
No, you're drinking it with diet cherry Pepsi. You're good.
What is that concoction? Holy shit!
I like a dark soda with a dark alcohol.
That sounds like some gay slang going on right there.
I like them dark.
You're kind of racist.
No, racist.
I said that I like them dark. That's not racist if I like them dark.
Yeah, Melissa.
Yeah.
Where are you on that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
Maybe you're racist, Frenzy.
I just said I was. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not.
Anyway, this is taking a turn. All right, so keep talking about this comics watching comics. Do you have anything on the plate that your specific goal that you want to see this show on?
Everyone asks. That's a great question. And that's probably the most popular one. The answer is whose ever check is the biggest, and no one fucks with me to make my show the way I want it.
Yeah, that's the important thing, right? Is that you
exactly.
It's yours, and you don't have to have anybody else's dirty little fucking hands in it.
You couldn't have said it better.
Mm-hmm.
Right, or making you change it. But
then again, if the price is right, I'll come out. I'll fucking host that show in a goddamn swan costume if the check is right.
Right.
That's all I care about. Yeah. That way I get out of corporate America and everyone's happy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's when great ideas really can get fucked up and not really see their true potential when those dirty little hands get in there.
Oh, you and I, yeah, exactly. So, no, it's. I think it'd be good. I don't think this show is like an ABC, CBS show. I think it's a little more niche. Like I think an FX, a TBS, USA, Spike, TNT, something like that, or even like a CISO, Netflix, Amazon, Hulu, some shit like that, or IFC, something
where it's not censored.
I could see it being a Netflix thing.
That
for
would be
sure.
nice to see it on something like that. Netflix.
That is the survey says most commonly given fucking answer is Netflix.
Yeah,
so.
Well, it's popular, and it seems like they're really just going balls to the wall on creating new content, new shows, original content.
Yeah, they are. It's a fact. I am having a meeting with someone from Netflix in a week, so.
Awesome.
We'll see if that's the magic one. We'll find out. But no, I think it'd be great on any kind of real, not like I said, mainstream one. But we'll stay tuned. We'll find out. Hopefully, it finds the right home we're looking for.
Yeah, that's
just
awesome.
have to keep us posted on that.
Yeah,
it's a funny show. It really is cool. It's an awesome idea, and it is funny. I watched all of episode 1. Episode 2, and then started skimming through because we were getting close to showtime here.
Right.
And, but it's a funny show. I was laughing the whole time.
Who was your favorite? I love asking this question. I love asking this question. Who was your favorite panelist?
God, I can't remember the names, but it was from the first episode.
What did the person look like?
The guy that, for me, it was the guy that had the Montreal Leafs, Toronto Leafs, or Toronto Maple, whatever the fuck they're called. I don't like hockey.
Maple Leafs. Yeah.
Thank
Maple
you.
Leafs
That's John Moses.
I like the dude that was sitting next to him. I can't remember his name.
Jimmy Failure. Jimmy and John are amazing. They're a couple of my favorites as well. I actually just worked with John this past week at Mohegan Sun, a casino in Connecticut. But they were amazing.
Yeah, all three of them were. They all seemed to kind of the chemistry was really cool with them all. They were all funny working together that way.
And if you listen, which you said you did, not this past, not the brand new episode, but the last episode before this one, Jimmy Failure is on our SportsBook box office podcast. So,
was he on the Super Bowl one?
Right after championship weekend, Jimmy and Jason Salmon were on, and Jimmy we talked. So if you're a fan of Jimmy, go back to one episode and listen to to that one. You'll hear Jimmy again. Jimmy's a great dude, a great supporter of me, and in fact, I'll throw him a plug. He's got a great stand-up special. That's
do it
on Amazon. Jimmy Failure's State of the Union, funny as shit. You can find him on Fox News a lot too. He does Red Eye and Kennedy and shit like that. So Jimmy's awesome. Give him a look.
All right, we're definitely gonna check out.
Hey, Jimmy.
Jimmy was my favorite one. I like the way that one turned out. On YouTube, that's where I was watching it. Was all the episodes. You have a YouTube channel.
Yep.
What's that called?
Yeah.
Comics Watching Comics.
All right.
Branding.
But you had them broken up into parts, like, episode 1, part 1, episode 1, part 2.
Right.
And they're each about, what, 20 minutes, give or take?
Yeah, that was episode 1. I shot it or formatted it 2 ways, so that way when I, would pitch it, or whenever we do get meetings with the TV networks, we could say, hey, here's how it's going to look as a TV show. Or if it's like a web place, like a CISO or a Hulu, we could say, look, here's how it looks as a web series. So that's but episode 2 and 3 are shot as internet in 9, 10, 11-minute increments, because again, the internet generation, ADD like a motherfucker, so we keep those short. But yeah, episode 1 is shot like a TV show, 22 minutes.
How often are you getting up on stage? You're doing this podcast, you're doing this show, Comics Watching Comics. How often are you actually getting up on stage and slinging jokes?
Not as much anymore, because as you mentioned with the shows, keep me busy. I also have a daughter, 1.5, who I'm required to by the wife stay at give a few more nights at home than I used to be able to give. So that number has decreased. I'm out of I guess I don't know. I would say 3 nights a week I'm out doing stuff. So that is the number. As before, as 4, 5, 6, whatever. I mean, whenever I have gigs, I have gigs. So if it's if I'm out 5 nights 1 week because I have a lot of gigs, then so be it. But I'll try and really keep it around like 3-ish per week to go out, so I can be a present father, I guess. I don't know.
No, that's good.
That's good.
You're still getting a lot of 3 nights a week isn't bad, especially with the busy schedule that you have.
Yeah, no, I'm trying. And again, in the grand scheme, when you're in comedy, it's like pretty much everyone is trying to, who's dead serious about it, is out like 5, 6,
Right.
Sometimes even 7 nights a week. Those are the fucking maniacs. But the more the better you are. The more often you're out, the better off you will be, and the faster you'll get better. So,
where can we find some video of some of your stand-up?
All right, my favorite subject, me. You can find stuff of mine at kevingootee.com. I have another YouTube channel just with my name. You can find me on there. But my website has a couple of videos out there that I've done, stand-up stuff. So that's where you can find me, and my dates as well. Actually, I'll be at Broadway Comedy Club tomorrow night, New York City, 8 o'clock. And then I'm on vacation for a couple weeks, and then I'm doing in the Atlantic City Comedy Club in a couple weeks. So the last Saturday of February, I'm down in Atlantic City for two shows, and check out the website for the other dates. That's where you can find me.
KevinGootee.com. That's Gootee.
Yes, sir.
Gootee.
Mm-hmm.
You got the man. You've done your research, Sarge. Holy shit!
I told you we're professional in the structure. We not so professional during the actual recording process.
I blame Facebook. I don't blame you guys. You guys are racist in my book.
Thank you, sir. Where can we find? Where else can we find you online? Because I wanna your videos for your stand up and anywhere that they can find your podcast and your show too.
All right, we'll go all around the world. At Kevin Gootee on Twitter, at Comics Watching, Comics Watching ING on Twitter. SportsBook BoxOffice on Twitter. And see here. Okay, and then I also have the Safe Word podcast. Haven't done that in a little bit, but we're going to get started back up again soon. You can find that at Safe Word PC on Twitter. And then you can find, Jesus H. Christ, what else do I have? Oh, Comics Watching Comics on Instagram, comicswatchingcomics.com, YouTube. I think that's it. Does anyone actually? If you're taking notes, God bless you. Sure.
Oh, we'll have all amazing. Of it. Every single link will be up on your episode page. So
once just to reassure you of the spelling, it's Gootee. It's G for golf, O for Oscar, O Oscar, T Tango, E Echo, E Echo. Gootee. There you go.
Thanks.
You got it, Frenzy.
She's showing off her skills.
Yeah, she is. That's flirting where I come from.
No. I'm proud that I know the alphabet.
She's like, no, I'm definitely not flirting with you or the likes of you. Gross. That's funny.
So yeah, every single link is going to be on your episode page, so don't you worry about that. And,
sweet.
Every single one, it might be 2 pages long, but we'll get it.
What?
And you're on Facebook. So you have a Facebook page for all of them, I'm assuming?
Yeah. Comics Watching Comics on Facebook, yeah. And you can find me on Facebook as well there, too. I've got a few friends to add, room to add friends, so if you add me now, hurry before the rush hits and I become famous and I ignore you all.
Yeah, you don't have much time.
That's some positive thinking I like to see there, Sarge. You're a good man.
Mm-hmm. You got to keep you motivated.
Please, motivating. I don't need any of that. Every day going to work for corporate America, that's motivated enough to get the fuck out of Dodge.
Yeah.
Believe me.
Well, how long have you been doing this whole comedy thing? When did you get started?
I started in March of 2010, so it'll be 7 years very shortly.
Oh. What happened? How'd you get into it?
You know, that's everyone else's favorite question. So I'll answer that with the story. So I'm sure a lot of comics will be like, yeah, you know, to the quintessential, I've always been told I've been funny, you know, class clown, all that bullshit. And that was me. And I was like, man, one of these days I should maybe do it, you know, just to give it a shot and see what the fuck happens. The waking up, the awakening for me was, you guys ever see that movie Up in the Air with George Clooney?
Yes, the one where he was on that plane, right?
Right.
And then,
yep, you got it. Right.
So
his job is to go out and fly around the country and fire people. Like a company hires him, his company, to go to face and fire people. So that's what he does. So he's out firing the guy who plays J. Jonah Jameson, or actually the drum teacher from Whiplash. How about that? He has to fire him. He fires him, right? And then the guy goes, what the fuck, man? What am I supposed to tell my kids? And he looks, you know, he shows pictures of his kids. And then Clooney looks at his resume and goes, well, you know, how much did they pay you? And he's like, what do you mean? He goes, how much did they pay you to give up on your dream? Because he goes, oh, you're a French culinary dessert maker, you know, you majored in culinary cuisine, you worked as a French chef, and right after that, he goes, how much? And the line that just shot at me like a bolt of lightning up my ass was, how much did they pay you to give up on your dream?
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit. So right then and there, I'm like, you know what? Let's fucking give it a shot. So then I wrote, 10 minutes of completely awful material. Went to an open mic, and I just haven't stopped since.
How'd that first time go?
Awful.
Yeah.
Completely fucking terrible. But I mean, look, I mean, the goal is, and actually in episode 3, Richie Redding says it great. He's like, look, if you do this like 10 times and you don't have like 1 or 2 good like laughs or jokes, go join a band. Like I thought that was fucking funny. I did get a few like chuckle laughs from like a couple jokes. Like, look, I know I'm gonna suck, but I just want to have at least 1 or 2 like legit like laughs, not like bullshit pity laughs. And I got them. So I'm like, all right, cool. You know, at least I know I can write a joke that will, you know, work. So
yeah. Plus, I've never ever once tried stand up, but this is how I'm equating it. Is it makes you grow your comedy balls? Like you feel more. Whether or not it's a good experience or not, it probably isn't going to be a good one. But
it's always going to suck.
It's never going to be worse than that. Like, maybe a little bit worse, but, like, that's your first fucking time. Like, you're shitting your pants probably, and if not, then kudos to you. And then for it to go, like, not good, like, and then for you to keep trying and doing it, like, that's the thing that I love about comedians is that a lot of the times they're not that great to begin with. Or they just don't have the right audiences or whatever it is. But
they're never great to begin with.
Are so fucking passionate about doing it and loving it that they just want to keep doing it. And that to me is what makes a comedian successful. Like if you're 3 years in, like in one of the episodes that I watched, and you're kind of still the sucky, like I love that you want to do it, and yay for you, but you should probably be done. You know, like
do it as a hobby. Don't think that you're going to be hot shit the way you are if you're not putting the work in, or maybe just don't have the God-given talent. I guess I don't know. But you said something before about having the right audience. Comics really don't blame. Good comics don't blame audiences. Like, yeah, there are nights. There will be nights where they're old or they're miserable or they're just dumb and they don't fucking get it. Yeah, you're gonna have once in a bit like crowds or just like that was a dog shit crowd. Like what? Like the bad comics will consistently blame the crowd for like, oh man, they use that crowd sucks. Yeah,
I'm saying I guess for me, like I wouldn't have that be like if it went shitty, like I'd be like, well, I didn't connect with them the way that I should have or whatever, like not blaming it on them, but just but I think that's what I was talking about was like I feel like a good comic can kind of read the audience a little bit, not all the way, but just kind of, I don't know, you can just kind of tell from the beginning maybe when you start out, or I have no idea, but I feel like if that isn't a thing, that'd be a fucking awesome superpower. You just walk in and you're like, I'm feeling the audience really likes Trump or is really whatever, loves to eat pizza, and then you can just like play off of that. That'd be a superhero power.
You don't need you don't need that. You don't need that superhero power. Like any comic, like like even a year or two in, you'll be able to you go in and you sit there and you watch just like the host, or maybe it'll take you to the first comic just to see what kind of crowd they are. Like, are they gasping at something that's like PG-13? Like, oh fuck! Like they're gonna get real tight ass holed up about you know jokes that are dirty or racial or just mean or raunchy or whatever. Like, oh wow, they really goofed at a blowjob joke. We can really turn it up and get filthy with this group. Like you'll be able to see that within the host, and maybe not the host, but definitely the first comic. You'll know what's up. Fast.
So kind of reading them is a thing. I like it.
Oh, absolutely.
So, are you thinking that is this comics watching comics? The goal is to have this be kind of the thing, and all the other stuff, stand up maybe kind of being pushed to the side a bit, the podcast thing, or is that something you think you'd still want to do at least to keep yourself fresh, or just because you love it?
Great question, Sarge. Great question. So here's my answer, and this is something is asked a lot. A lot of comics make the mistake of, especially the new ones, getting into it. Like, I'm going to be the greatest comic ever, and that's how I'm going to make it. Like, I'm glad you think like that, but the reality is, like, I can name fucking 50 comics you've never heard of who are absolute beasts, who are 25 times funnier than Amy fucking Schumer or someone else, So just having the talent alone, just as being a great comic, like this is truly the lottery ticket to getting noticed from stand-up. I was told, like, look, whenever you get that, it's called the tap. Like whenever showbiz metaphorically taps you in the shoulder and go, are you ready? Or like, what do you have? You need to go into that saying, if an agent or a manager goes, all right, you got comedy. What else do you have? Well, here's what else I have is comics watching comics. I do voiceover work. I do, I'm trying to get into acting as well. That's a fucking whatever. I also do, but yeah, the podcasting, that also is something. But yeah, I love comedy is great. I'm a pretty good comic. I'm not disillusioned because I don't have the time to get to be hanging out in clubs and be out all the night. Like, I'm not going to get that great that much faster again because I just don't have the time to. This show is going to be the reason if I make it. And then I'll use this as a springboard to get me up to that, into the VIP fame section or whatever the fuck you want to call it. And then I'll use that as my weapon. Like, oh yeah, I'm comics watching comics. Now I'm just going to walk on any fucking show. I'll get past the cellar. I'll have an audience. I'll have a big ass audience where I can go on the road, sell out a theater, and make that fuck you money everyone's looking to do. Like this is my vehicle to get far along, as opposed to just, yeah, I'm a comic and whatever. Like, no, I've got a few tools in my bag. So yeah, to answer the question, yeah, this show is going to be the reason I get noticed or picked up or whatever.
The
comedy's great, the podcasting, right? Yeah. Those are all awesome.
Mailbox money.
You know it, Frenzy. Preach, sister. That's shit.
That fuck you money.
Yeah, it's always good. I'm working on. I have a game show with a movie theme idea I'm working on now. That's my next thing. I think would be. I want to work on is getting that going on. I think I think, and a lot of people tell me like, look, you'd be an awesome TV show host or game show host. A game show host, I think would be fucking perfect for me. So. Using all these tools to maybe get there. So that's that is the plan.
Yeah, I could see you doing a game show.
The show it's funny, I grew up watching and loving, and to pretty much this day, The Price is Right. Why? Because Bob Barker was banging so many of those models. Oh, what a job. And
that was like the thing when you were a kid. If you're sick home from school, you get to fucking watch The Price is Right.
That is a Dane Cook bit. Yeah, that is a Dane Cook bit.
Is it? I've never heard that. Sorry, I didn't mean to steal anything.
Well, no, you're not stealing. You're just floating. Yeah.
It's just true. Everybody knows that that's what you watched when you're homesick. Was Price is Right. That's the only thing on during the day.
Yeah, I watched it during the summer religiously when I was home from school. Like, dude, it just the I don't know. I guess the gambling, the lights, everything was just drew me in. And I was like, dude, that's so cool. And again, that's when Bob Barker had that big ass microphone smacking the models in the ass with that. Like that was when life was a little simpler and more fun.
Yeah,
the best was when someone won both showcase showdowns.
Oh yeah, no, and I actually had a bit about it. I should probably bring it back. I love watching like the showcases and like there's like a college kid on, right? And here you go, you win a washer and dryer, and the kid's like, I don't need a fucking washer and dryer,
it's
asshole.
Gonna fit in my dorm.
Yeah, I'm here for the jet ski, or
the vacation.
Right, like you want a trip to Albuquerque, New Mexico, like
and the fuck am I going to do there? Buy some turquoise?
My goal, like I have like 3 regrets in life. One of them is not seeing Nirvana live or Rodney Dangerfield live. The other one is not the final one is not being there when Bob Barker hosted Price Right and getting on the show, because I think there'd be nothing funnier than like, you've won a brand new Chevy Aveo. I'm like, that's a piece of shit white trash car. I want nothing to do with that. You go back there. Tell you what, you give me 15 minutes with one of these models and we'll call it even, Bob. That's what I want. So yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's like one of the things. Like, I mean, man, I would have loved to have been on when Bob Barker hosted that shit, but whatever.
God damn, he was like 115 years old. He must have just been chewing fucking Viagra like they were gummy bears, just to be able to with a pile of those models waiting for him in his dressing room after every show.
He had. I think I read his. I remember stories. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure about this. he had like clauses, like damn near saying he got to bank models and he could fire them at will. So if they didn't want to bang him, he fucking fired them. Like, holy shit,
dirty old man.
Yeah. Oh my god. Like that would just be, he would be a fucking pariah now if he tried that shit. And now the price is right's gone downhill. A, because Drew Carey has as much charisma as this fucking lampshade I'm looking at.
He looks
and
bored.
B, they have male models on here. Sorry, Frenzy, not my cup of tea. You know?
No, I think that's stupid. That is not okay.
Yeah, I don't want to see Jim from fucking, I don't know, Tennessee modeling a diamond tennis bracelet. No, Jim, fuck off. Give me Jim.
Right. Yeah, they're basically just by allowing and searching for like the male model thing and then like promoting that's what they were going to do. Like they were proud of it. They just pissed all over The Price is Right.
Right. That's not the hashtag. Not my Price is Right.
Right.
He doesn't you carry like bored up there?
I mean,
yeah, he's fucking hungry. He wants to eat a donut or 12, or like he's like, what have I become? I'm a shell of a man. Like,
well, listen,
is not.
He's bored because he's banged like maybe 2 of the models, and now the rest are dudes. Like at least with Bob Barker stays, he has 4 models to choose from. And Drew's like, been there, done that, bro. Give me someone else in the mix. Let's go.
Right. But
yeah,
he still wants donuts.
Do you know that's very true? Do you know a fun fact? Do you know who directs The Price is Right now?
No.
When I tell you the name, you're gonna go, I fucking get it. Ready? Adam
Yes.
Sandler.
Shut up.
What?
Watch the credits. Directed by Adam Sandler. He bought the fucking rights to direct that shit. Can you believe that?
Are you fucking serious?
Well, then, Joel, of course, you remember good old Happy Gilmore, where him and Bob Barker were boys after that.
Frenzy, you got to look that up.
I will.
Listen, I know a little about a lot and a lot about a little dumb shit. I know that is a fact that he's fucking director of Price is Right.
When did this happen?
I think when Drew Carey came aboard.
So that was the Adam Sandler decision.
No, I think he came aboard to direct when he did. That I'm not sure of, but I'm pretty sure it was right around when he jumped on.
Weird. So every single episode, Adam Sandler's directing. The Price is Right.
Google that shit.
What? That's so weird.
Look, Adam Sandler has a lot of time in between making shitty straight-to-Netflix films, all right? I take that back, Adam. I love you. I'm available for any kind of your projects.
But it's just weird picturing Adam Sandler's at every Price is Right episode directing. I mean, it's just...
Oh, come on.
It's the Price is Right.
How hard is it to direct fucking Plinko? It's a fucking 3-shot setup.
I'm not saying
boom,
it's
boom.
hard. It's just weird. It would be weird seeing him even in the building, being tied to the Price is Right.
Yeah, I mean, here he is directing Camera One, David E. Hoo-hoo, shit like that.
Sloppy Joe, Sloppy Joe.
Sloppy Joe.
That's what they have.
Looking it up.
That's what they have every day in the CBS commissary, as per his request. Sloppy Joes. They call it the Adam Sandler.
Oh, cafeteria food.
Yeah.
The catering service is a local high school.
Exactly.
Craft tables, all high school cafeteria food.
Done. I'd go there just for that.
Wow, that's amazing. I never knew that. Adam Sandler directs that shit.
Yeah, I'm full of useless knowledge. That's for sure.
So he not only directs it, he actually owns the rights to the show.
I think he did. I think he bought it. I double check on that one for me, Melissa, if you're doing research on that.
I'm looking at it right now.
She's like,
I'm like 90% about that. I don't know. Again, I know that a lot of dumb facts about The Price is Right.
I mean, that show's probably going to go on forever. It's already been around for at least 200 years.
Dude, it's been around for like almost 40. Like, it's a cash cow, built-in audience.
Yeah.
It's ridiculously fucking easy to cheap to make, and
it's
all you got to do is find morbidly obese Midwesterners to jump around, slap a yellow tag on their fucking man boobs or whatever, and boom, it is a show.
Well, it's like the equivalent of Michael Jackson buying all the Beatles songs. Just a guaranteed revenue stream. I'm like, he'll be if he owns the rights to The Price is Right. I mean, that's just guaranteed money.
I don't.
Tell me I'm right. This is the part where you tell me I'm right. Ready?
I'm looking. I'm trying to find it.
Nothing.
everything that I found says that it's not true. It's a guy named Adam Sandler, but it's not the actor.
It most certainly is the actor Adam Sandler. I'll bet on that.
I've got a question for you. Have you had Andrea Allen on your Watching Comics?
Andrea Allen was on the teaser for Watching Comics. So I know who she is.
Oh,
That's what it was. Okay, we have her on Friday.
Okay, she'll probably not even remember it, but yeah, because
yeah.
I shot it at an open mic when she was there, and she'll have no recollection of that. Maybe she will, but yeah.
We'll talk about. I haven't seen the teaser for it, the one that she's in. I thought that I could have swore that I saw her on there.
Yeah, it's on the. You got to go on the YouTube page for that. It'll say like the first teaser. It's not. Yeah, that's old. That was done. Jesus H Christ, was that like 3 years ago? Did the teaser? No, 2 years ago.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Hopefully you guys talked a lot of shit about her so that we can bring it up tomorrow when she's on. Not tomorrow, Friday.
We did because she just. You mean she's fucking crazy. You'll see in the clip like holy shit. Like I just let the clip speak for itself. It's just like she's going crazy. And it's like all right, this is good just for just for a shot for the people to see what comics could be on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing yet, Frenzy?
I'm almost there.
Where are you going? You're on a journey.
Well, there's a lot of... The internet is not... Despite what you've been told, the internet does not have very good accreditation for as far as what is true and what is not.
Interesting.
Really?
Yeah, not everything on the internet is true.
I tend to believe everything I see on the internet.
I think that you're wrong about this one. I hate to be the one to tell you, but there is a guy named Adam Sandler who's a director or producer, and he's part of some editorial department. And then also, when you Google it, it's like it says his name, but then it says in parentheses, not to be confused by the actor Adam Sandler.
Oh.
Hold on.
So, yeah. So it is Adam Sandler, just not the one.
Hold on.
And if I am wrong,
it just seems too weird to be true.
Okay, you're right. I just looked up and I saw the same thing too. It's all the same name. I'm like, son of a bitch, really? I like telling that story at a bar.
It was like, Frenzy, this was the equivalent of you telling them that Santa Claus isn't real.
I know. I I knew it like 10 minutes ago, but I was delaying telling him because I felt so bad.
Well, listen, you taught me something about Adam Sandler, and you taught me about snow coming into my neck of the woods. I barely even registered. I'm learning a lot from you guys, and you're learning a lot about me. I don't know what information is more impactful toward one's life, but either way, shit is.
It's all good learning. Yeah, I like it.
You're asking about how long we've been at it, and it hasn't been real long. We're what, 30? This will be episode 32,
right?
And it's been coming along quite quickly, though. We've been putting a lot of work into it, and we're getting to meet a lot of really cool people along the way. All our guests that we've had on have been just awesome, and we consider them all friends.
Oh wow, that's perfect. I'm gonna come crash into your couch then whenever I come to Minnesota. Then how's that sound?
All right, cool.
Yeah, I've had 3 or 4 guests just show up in the middle of the night. Hey, dude, you said we were friends.
Dude, fuck Airbnb. I'm coming to Crashes and Frenzies. Sarge, knock, knock. What's going on? Now, were you actually in the armed forces? Is that how you got the name Sarge, or is that a nickname, or what's going on?
Yeah. That's. I was in the Army for 6 years. I was a sergeant, where the sarge comes from, and
right on.
Yeah, I was military police.
Wow, you and Jack Reacher. That's pretty fucking cool.
Was he military police?
Yes, he was.
Oh my god. I was just listening to that episode with Leah Remini today, where she was talking about Scientology.
Listening to her on what?
On the
Joe Rogan's podcast.
Podcast.
Yeah, she was on Corolla last week.
Oh, was she? Didn't you do something on Corolla's podcast?
I was on Corolla's podcast twice, as a matter of fact.
Nice. How'd that happen? Did he just contact you?
Well, here's the thing. So I called up trying to see if I can get a little publicity for the show, and I kind of asked like a softball question, like, "Hey, how would you guys recommend promoting a web series to get picked up?" And they gave some easy advice, like, "Oh, share it on Facebook." I'm like, "Yeah, no shit, I've been doing." You guys probably see. I mean, if you're in all those groups, I just share the living fuck out of it, and it gets a good amount of views, I guess. Mm-hmm. So then, I as an excuse, as a follow-up, I called up and I was like, "Look, and actually after I called in, Adam started liking. I don't know if it is Adam, probably one of his guys that does social media for him, but started liking a lot of the Comics Watching Comics videos on Instagram." So I'm like, holy shit, maybe this is my moment where I got a celebrity who's back in the show and might be able to get me somewhere where I want to be. So I started getting, a little tumescent down there, wink, wink. I was like, oh, this is my moment. This is great. And I called back in. I'm like, hey, Adam, what's going on? Thanks for all the likes on Instagram, man. I really appreciate it. And I want to pitch you to be on as an executive producer for my show. And you don't have to do much of anything, just three simple things. One, just talk about my show nonstop on your podcast. Two, whenever you're in New York, come do a panel, like be a guest panelist. And three, talk to some of your friends who are connected in Hollywood, even reached out to your buddy Jimmy Kimmel and see if there's any interest. And he goes, it sounds like you need a show mule to do it, which, and like, yeah, and his cohorts are like, yeah, he's got a lot going on, haha, because he does documentaries and books and shit. So I took a shot and whiffed on that. So that's the story with Corolla.
That was a spot-on impression, by the way.
Yeah, that was
good. Really? I smell sarcasm.
Is he still doing the show How to Catch a Contractor, or is that done?
No, that's done. He's got another one coming where he's going to do, I think, building shit on TV. I forgot the name. I don't know. That's something I would not. Yeah, I'm not a do-it-yourselfer. Not my cup of tea.
Right.
That's funny.
No.
Adam Carolla's like a man's man. He actually knows how to build things, and I mean, he could he can build you a house. You asked him to build you a house.
Totally.
Oh yeah. He used to be a contractor. That's why. But yeah, that's something where I fell embarrassingly short in the man category, like car stuff, building stuff. I'm like, oh boy, like sports and all that shit. I'm your guy, but building things, I'm like, nah, I'll pay someone to do that. No, thank you. not my strong point. You hear me, Melissa?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Weak one than that one. Yeah.
What did we learn during this episode tonight?
Well, I was kicked in the balls by learning that fucking Adam Sandler is not directing the Price is Right.
That is a valuable lesson learned tonight.
Valuable. Thanks to Sam Champion over there. And
Frenzy laid down a little bit of truth tonight.
Well, if I ever get up to what's the main comedy club in Minnesota? Or are you guys in Minneapolis? I should probably ask that. Is that where you guys were based?
Yeah, Acme Comedy Club.
Yeah.
Oh, I've heard pretty good stuff about those places. So when you go there, put in a good word for your favorite little comics watching comics host. I get out there to Minnesota, preferably in the summer. I don't want to go in the winter. It's balls cold. No, thank you.
Hideous.
I will come on and do a live or a podcast in studio with you guys if I can get out there for a gig.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Okay, cool. So I guess so. Wait, it's Minnesota and St. Paul, Minneapolis. Like, is that like connected to each other? I know they're called the Twin Cities, obviously, but like next door to each other. And all
yeah,
that?
they're right next door to each other. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing, kind of thing, or it's like two completely
totally
different cities. Like, which one's better,
totally.
Minneapolis or St. Paul is better?
Well,
Why?
they both have good things about them, but Minneapolis is bigger. Minneapolis is light rail. There's more jobs in Minneapolis. Like, it's prettier. Like, it's just cooler and better. St. Paul is kind of more quaint, and they have, like Xcel Energy Centers down there. It's cool. It's a bunch of Irish drunk people that basically started it. So, like, all the roads are weird, and nothing makes sense where you're driving.
Listen. You don't need to say Irish drunk people. That's already a suit. You're being redundant.
Some
whiskey drinking people, basically. But yeah, I don't know. They're both good.
I'm all out of whiskey, or I'm all out of Cavatier. So that is the end of our show this evening.
Is that a ladies' man impression?
It is. How was it?
That's almost horrible.
Nobody's heard that one in a while. I had to bring it back for a little bit.
and for all you listeners, if you do like the show, the Comics Watching Comics show, do me a favor, just share it. Liking is cool, but I really need the shares just so I can get it out there. Like and share. That's all I'm asking.
Sharing is caring.
Yeah, I'd like to see that show get picked up. It really is funny, and it's a pretty awesome idea.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And you definitely have done your homework, which is great. And I'm glad you guys like it. My question to you, do you know anyone in online content media or even or networks that you could point me in direction of?
Yeah, we can be in contact about that. We've definitely garnered some friends through this show, and yeah, we can talk about that offline.
That sounds like a plan. Thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, definitely go check out Comics Watching Comics. Like, I'm not bullshitting when I say that the show is funny. And I still have a lot more to watch on YouTube there. I only got through maybe the first 2 episodes and then kind of was skimming, but I ran out of time. But I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna watch every single one of them because it really is good shit.
People tell me they binge watch this shit like they watch something on Netflix, and it's really a major compliment. And thank you so much again for the kind words. Really, really, really appreciate it. It's I think it's great. And actually, that's a solid compliment, but allow me to share my favorite left-handed compliment, if you will. I tweeted the first time I called in Corolla. I tweeted at him the link, and Gina on the show said, "Oh, it's really great. It's a funny show." One of his listeners, his comment was, "Guys, it's funny. It's not as bad as you thought it would be." I was like, awesome.
That's a little passive aggressive.
Well, yeah, it's kind of like the Southern bless your heart. Was it like that, or was it like, it's not bad like you thought it would be? I know I'm fucking up, but that's like the operative, like, hey, it's not bad like you thought it would be, or not as bad as you think it would be. Like, something like that. Either way, I thought it was fucking funny. Like, okay, that's good.
That is funny.
That's the best compliment that they can muster. Like it's really hard for them to just give a genuine compliment.
Yeah, this guy doesn't blow nearly as bad as I was hoping he would, but it's pretty okay.
Yeah, it's cool.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh, awesome. and then you can find any your upcoming gigs and stuff on your website, kevingootee.com, right?
Absolutely. Tomorrow night, if this goes up, I'll be at Broadway Comedy Club before the snow hits, 8 o'clock, New York City, and after I get back from vacation, I'll be down in the Atlantic City Comedy Club for 2 shows. And actually, that's a Comics Watching Comics theme show. I have on the winner of episode 3, the runner-up, and 2 semifinalists. So I'm gonna try and make this a little road show. I think we're gonna give it a shot. So do the Atlantic City Comedy Club, and then you can find me after that counting cards at the blackjack table and yelling at people who don't know how to fucking play properly.
Oh, cool. That would be cool to if you could take that show on the road at least every once in a while. That might be a neat way to do it.
Yeah, I'm really, really trying to pursue that. In fact, even parlay my way that into doing like spots at a club. Like, hey, I've got a whole built-in audience who's going to come see me at the show, and then maybe the day before rolling in, just do a whole local, I don't know, Minneapolis, St. Paul edition of Comics Watching Comics, where I have all the local people from the towns in there, because I have a lot of people like, hey, I live in L.A. or I live in Vegas. Like, are you doing the show out here? I'm a motherfucker. This is coming out of my own pocket. I'm not coming out here for that.
Right.
But I've had people like who've come from, like Massachusetts. I've had D.C. and Maryland, which really isn't that far from the city. But I've people from like Chicago, L.A., Vegas. Like I said, we want to do it, but you got to fucking get out here. But yeah, I would love to do that, especially on the road. I think it'd be great.
Yeah, that could be cool. You could really expand it that way.
Absolutely. And listen, guys, thank you so much for having me on. And I really mean this. You guys have done a bang-up job of doing your homework, as well as you guys are super generous with the likes and the shares. That's really cool. I mean, that's really, really the way to do a podcast. You guys have been doing this for the last month at least. I see likes and shares from you guys. So thank you so much. It really means a lot. And you have a bang-up operation.
Yeah. Well, thank you for being with us.
You got it. Guys, take care. I don't know. Catch you later.
Okay. That was comedian Kevin Gootee. He's host of the SportsBook Box Office podcast and the Comics Watching Comics TV show, which you can find on YouTube. He's got, about 4 episodes out now? And they're all broken up into different parts. And so, definitely check that out. That show is hilarious. I still have to finish watching it. I'll probably end up binge watching it at some point.
Yeah, it's a total Netflix and chill type of show.
YouTube and chill.
Yeah.
So, check that out. Go and find him on Twitter and Facebook and like all his shit.
His website, www.kevingootee.com.
Yep, and he's got comicswatchingcomics.com. Yeah. And let's see, who do we got next week? Or, no, this week.
On Friday.
We have the 10th, we have comedian Andrea Allen. And she's got a podcast as well, Hot Mess Comedy Hour. So be sure to tune in for that one when that posts. And you can find our episodes on all over the internet. We're on Facebook. Go and like our page. We're on Twitter. Go and follow us. We've got a website, SargeApproved.com. Where else can you find us?
Instagram. Did you say that already?
Nope. Spreaker.
Yeah.
iTunes. Audio Mac. What is that one? TuneIn. That's one of them. Just look for Sarge Approved. You'll find us. You'll find us.
You'll find it. It's fine.
So, all right. And mosey on over to the National Survival Center, our sponsor, and get yourself some badass gear if you want to go camping with the family, or you just want to be prepared for when the zombies show up and all the shit hits the fan or the nukes drop and you got to live in a hole in the ground somewhere. Make sure you got enough gear. So go check them out. They got free shipping on pretty much everything. And it's all hand-tested gear, top-of-the-line stuff, and you're going to find it there cheaper than probably anywhere else. So check them out at nationalsurvivalcenter.com or survivedon'tsuffer.com. That's their motto, survive, don't suffer.
Yeah, either way, whichever way you look it up, just don't suffer.
All right, we're going to play out this episode with a song by The Dread called Thrashin'. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you. Bye.
Later, fuckers.